Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. So the big news is Hurricane Harvey is rampaging across Texas. What they said is the system parked over Texas, and that's when a hurricane gets dangerous, because normally it'll hit the earth and then it'll start to dissipate. But there's no mountains in Texas, so unfortunately Harvey's just sitting there, biding his time, and it's causing a lot of flooding. So we certainly, our hearts go out to those folks. And I'll tell you, I've been stuck in something similar, probably not nearly as bad. And I got to tell you, in Houston, Texas, if there's an inch of rain, water can be up to creeping into your car in minutes. Terrible, what do they call it, drainage system and things like that. And then one time I was headed to my grandmother's 80th birthday party, and a storm came through San Antonio, and what should have been about a 10-minute drive ended up being a 2-hour drive. And we were meandering around water. It was ridiculous. My older boys couldn't make it. It was crazy how bad that was. So when Texas floods, it's no joke. The other thing I want to talk about to begin the show is Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. And look, I get it that you got to have a lot of hype in building up to a fight. And I saw the fight. People were like, "Did you pay $100?" No, I didn't. I found one of these people streaming it off their TV, and I watched it on a phone. And that's how much I was interested in it. I wanted to, and let me explain why. Conor McGregor is an amazing fighter. In the MMA, he's done a lot. Now, is he the best fighter in the MMA? No, by far. He can be beat, and he will be beaten. But what got me was Conor McGregor, and I don't blame him. I mean, I get it. Conor McGregor got paid over $100 million. I don't know what he'll take out. But he would have to fight his entire lifetime and more in order to command that kind of a purse in the octagon. I don't know what it says for which sport. You've got a sport that's on its way in decline, boxing, where Floyd Mayweather has been the top grossing athlete for 4 out of the last 6 years, 2012, 13, 2014, and 16. And you can bet he'll get it in 2017. So it'll be 5 years. Right now it's 4 out of the last 5 years, I should say. It'll be 5 out of the last 6 years, because this year his payday on this fight was ridiculous. And he didn't disappoint. You're talking about a guy. Look, I love MMA. I love fighting, pugilism in all its forms. I train these guys and train guys that are, quite frankly, better. I know it was, and I'll just, so people understand what I'm saying. Somebody made a tweet, Kevin, Floyd ought to fight Conor McGregor in a real fight, and I said, well, then Conor McGregor should have asked for a real fight. And I'm going to get into why these comments came up in a second, but MMA is not a real fight. I don't know if people don't get it twisted, folks. Go out and get with Russian Spetsnaz and bring your MMA fighter and get in a real fight. And I'm going to tell you that Russian's going to win. Don't talk to me about real fighting. Real fighting is combat. It is life and death. It isn't getting a trophy and somebody getting knocked out. You get knocked out in a real fight, you're not going to wake up from it, because they're probably going to do something dramatic. So, and the other thing is this. There are people to train that you'll never meet that don't care about a real fight. And they are the baddest people on the planet. So, look, if you think you know the fight game, fine. But, a lot of people don't, and they think they know it. Long story short, I know the fight game. McGregor is amazing as an MMA artist, and he's a journeyman boxer. And Floyd Mayweather was completely at ease. The first 3 rounds, if you want to give those to McGregor, fine. That's what's called the feeling out rounds. After that, Floyd Mayweather put a whooping on McGregor that was worthy of being in the Smithsonian. He shut his mouth. And I'm bringing this up for a reason. There are a lot of people who believe that, McGregor's going to do this. He's shocking the world and all this stuff. And he very well could have, but he didn't. And then everybody after that, well, Floyd needs to now fight him in the octagon. No, he doesn't. Floyd did not call him out into the octagon. McGregor wanted a big fat payday that he couldn't get in the octagon. And I don't blame him for this. He set it up with the guy who can bring the biggest gate in history. And he made people believe that he could beat him. It reminds me of Hillary Clinton, to be honest with you. And so he came into his lane where Floyd Mayweather smiled the entire time and put a whooping on this guy. And so then all the apologists come out. Well, he could have won if he had been less tired, and he could have, yeah, and if a frog had wings, would he bust his butt jumping? Yes, he could have won if Mayweather had slipped on a banana peel, if Mayweather had broken his arm, if Mayweather had, lost his legs and went paralyzed. There's a million ways I can give you that he could have won, but he didn't win because he was fighting an artist in his lane who called him out to say, look, if you want to make some money together, I'll make it with you, but you're not going to beat me in my art. And look, I didn't have a dog in a fight. I didn't care, honestly, one way or the other, except this. I didn't want MMA guys essentially saying that boxing is those boxers are nothing. Which brings me to another point, and I'm going to have another segment because I'm going to have to explain some of these other things that happened in the tweets. Boxing is an art. And generally speaking, when you're going to start a fight, it's going to be on your feet. The better you are on your feet, the less likely you are to be off your feet. Because there's a saying in MMA, all fights go to the ground. That's not true. Conor McGregor's biggest fight in the MMA was essentially a boxing match. Jose Aldo came in, Conor McGregor hit him with a left and knocked Aldo to the ground, and that was the end of it. It was a punch. So for those people that go, oh, Kevin, Mayweather wouldn't do anything in the MMA, well, maybe you're right. But he's got a puncher's chance, and he's got one of the best puncher's chance in the world because he is undoubtedly one of the top people to ever put boxing gloves on. The second point on that particular issue is the gloves are smaller. So Mayweather's punches are going to be precise, and they're going to be a lot harder than they are with 16-ounce gloves. So don't dismiss this, but I want to talk about this because people got mad at me. Kevin, you need to stay in your political lane. You don't tell me what to do.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.